My mother says and Minyinga are the two. My mother says Minyinga. Oh, Minyinga did have that final lunge. And
yeah, what a great result, eh? Just got there in the last stride. She actually, would have been interesting to see the head on there. She might have been a little protest if we had got beat. But look, really well done there. That's well done here by the staff to freshen that horse right up well enough. We should put the blinkers on her to really sharpen her. I just, at the end of the day, her 13 and 1400 metre form was good. So that's obviously hit you in the face where you need to run her over. But coming from 1700 and I think it was 1720 back to 1400 is a real trick, especially when you haven't got a lot of time up your sleeve. So well done. Where to with her now? Not really sure, but you know, she's probably up over a 70 graded horse now, so she probably needs to go to almost midweek in Melbourne sort of grade. So I'll see what races are around. Either that, there's a lot of country cup meetings coming up the next few months, so that may be what she heads there. They normally do have a good restricted grade race there. So well done to all involved there. Another homebred there by Pete and Jim, so that was good. Amazing racing, isn't it? I went to Seymour then and had that winner, and then took a few to Bendigo the following day, and they all went really poorly. Really disappointed a few of those horses' runs, so need to straighten a few of those boys out. Righto. So we go to Warracknabeal on Saturday. I've got young Douro in there now. I've also got him in at Stawell on Sunday. So he's a jump and run lead up sort of horse. So it comes down to barriers and the strength of the field. So he'll either go to Warracknabeal on Saturday or he'll go to Stawell on the Sunday. Stawell Cup Day Sunday. Now, I've got to have quite a few runners here. Let's start off with the Cup. Now, I've got Prince Ziggy in the Cup. He seemed to be, got a little bit sick and I had to give him time off, and then we freshened him right up. He had a real solid jump out here through the week, and I thought he jumped out good, and galloped him up this morning, and I thought his work was okay. So I really have to see how he pulls up now. We'll get a blood count taken from him, and if all's okay, he'll go to the Stawell Cup on Sunday. But I want to make sure he's 100% going to the races. So he's no certainty to run, but at the moment he is going to the Stawell Cup on Sunday. Okay, now other runners. Now Benatari's been right around about the mark. He hasn't been far away at all, that horse, and so he goes up to Stawell. Nice Vobus 3-year-old race. So if he can half pie draw a barrier, he's a big chance. He's just drawn bad barriers and had to use a bit of petrol early. So if we can just sort of jump and not spend a lot, he'll be right around about the mark. I've got Crafty Lion in a 2600 metre race, and we're heading down the hurdling road with him and going to school him up a few times. I don't know if he'll actually get a run there. He's a fair way down the order, but it's a 2600 metre race, and he'll probably go to a hurdle school after that. Aloof has been doing nothing wrong. He's won his last couple, over 1,000 metres. I can't find a good 1,000 metre race here in Victoria for him, so it might be 1100 metres. It's not going to be a big field, so it might be a real soft 1100, which will probably suit him. So Aloof will go to there as well. As I said earlier, young Douro, I've got him in at Warracknabeal on the Saturday. I've also got him in there in the 1300 metre race on the Sunday at Stawell. So I'll just pick which race we go to, which was the more winnable race. It probably comes down to barriers, which one he draws the best in. Now Lorenzetti, we ran him first up over 1200 at Pakenham, and he went really good, just a little bit one pace. So we just thought in that grade, if I go to 1400, he's probably going to finish a real midfield. So I've just kept him an extra week, and I give him a solid, couple of really solid gallops here. We're going to jump straight to the mile with him. I think if he's going to make a really nice horse, it's probably going to be over 2000 metres. So I think I'm only wasting a run, giving him another run over 1400. So he'll step up to a mile. It's a big jump from the 12 to the 1600, but I've done a ton of work with him, and he's a very, very honest little horse. If he can just sort of get a fairly easy time of it early, I've no doubt he'll be hitting the line nice and hard. Now, I might head off to Ballarat on Tuesday with Pantera Nera. I ran him in an 1850 race the other day, and sort of not a real lot went right for him, and I still thought he was pretty good at the line over 1850. So I just want to sneak this horse up over a trip and see how he's going. So I galloped in this morning. I thought his work was good. So I'll give him a nice solid gallop Saturday morning. If he works up nice and sharp, I might even run him in a 2000 metre race on Tuesday. It just looks like a nice progressive horse. He might have tricked me a little bit because he is quite a good track worker. If I sort of blinker him up and put him in company. I didn't think he'd get this sort of trip, but he certainly went good the other day, and his work this morning was great. So he might go to Ballarat on Tuesday.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Young Douro. As far as turning a horse's form around, yeah, probably doesn't get much better than his. He was getting beaten a long way in his first few races here. Since coming back from a break, and yeah, he was beaten a long way, but took the crossover noseband off. The crossover noseband was really good. It sort of got him to relax, and but in the end it probably made him relax too much. So took that off, put the blinkers on, and that fired him right up. And yeah, his work here at the farm going into his race at Edenhope was super, and yeah, he repeated that on the racetrack. He then went to Hamilton, and yeah, probably almost a career best run, even though he ran third. It was in really strong grade, in benchmark 64 grade, and yeah, he stuck on really good. He'll go around on either Saturday at Warracknabeal or Sunday at Stawell, just depending on where he can get a run and yeah, what race will sort of suit him. But those two tracks, they're sort of on-speed tracks, and yeah, he'll bowl along in front, no doubt. But yeah, he'll take a lot of running down.
Hi guys, I reckon we've got a good book of rides coming up this week. First of all, we head off to Launceston on the Good Friday. We've got 6 rides there, and I reckon at least 2 or 3 are pretty good chances, so looking forward to that. And on the Sunday, it's Stawell Cup day, and head up there for a couple of rides for local trainer Dane Smith. He's got a pretty good strike rate up at his home track, so really looking forward to riding a couple for him that should go pretty good. That's all we got for the week so far. Hopefully we can pick up a few more pretty handy rides, and hopefully we've got a winner or 2 to talk about next week.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. We're actually doing the video a day early this week because of Good Friday on, obviously on Friday. So the video will come out on Thursday instead of Friday. So all roads lead to Stawell this week. Got a pretty busy weekend on Sunday. A couple of real good live chances, and I expect the horses to go really well. A few of them galloped up beautifully this morning, and really keen to sort of get them to the races. So happy Easter, everybody. Get down to Stawell, go and watch the Stawell gift, I suppose. There's always something worthwhile going, and head off to the races on Sunday. Until next week, see you later. Well done there, good result. I got no idea what I'm saying there. And Easter weekend, so hopefully we can get the chocolates, hey, you like that? Get the chocolates on the weekend, hey, you like that, Rob? Hey, you like that? A bit of humour, you happy with that?